Hello and welcome to the channel. I am the gaming therapist, so let's talk about it. So today we are showcasing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone. Just recently got it, so I mean that's no excuse, but I'm still refreshing my mind on the controls and stuff like that.
You're a
So
bit shit right now.
yeah, but it's a learning process. I'll get there, don't worry. I prefer this over Fortnite any day. I just like
That's going to be a big statement. I don't think people are going to agree with that.
Oh well, no, honestly, I've tried Fortnite before and I'm not Bob the Builder. I can't do it.
I played it. I played it with a really close friend of mine. And what I like about Fortnite is it's fast. Like everything happens really quickly.
Yeah,
And
but that's the same with
I think I would like the building part to it. I just like that kind of stuff. But
oh no.
I'm definitely not good at it. But one of my close
Then
friends
you
really is.
then you will suck at this Call of Duty then
I'm sick at Call of
Warzone.
Duty.
Anyway, sidetracking off. Let's let's get into the topic today. It's just basically just about you as a person. Um
Okay.
of course, we're gonna speak for ourselves here, but I think there's a lot we can address in this. So, the first question,
Oh, God.
is my most favorite question when I go to job interviews is about, tell me about yourself. So, what can you tell me about yourself?
I don't. What? Um,
Like,
I have a
how would you
degree.
go about answering that if you were asked that? Not from a perspective of a job application, just in general, as in for me personally, I think the best way to answer that question is also sort of like when you reflect on yourself, like what do you know about yourself, Um, I think it's like it depends on who's asking as well. Like, what you're gonna say about yourself will vary on who's asking. So if it's someone who is trying to get to know you a bit more and ask you to tell you about, you might slowly tell them things. But if it's a complete random stranger that you don't even know, you will be inclined to say anything about yourself because you don't really know that person on that level to, you know, tell them anything personal about yourself.
I think to keep it simple, it's just. Do you know? I don't. You can't simplify that. That's the thing, though, as well.
Mm.
But I do agree with what you're
There
saying.
might be some people out there who don't find an issue in you know expressing themselves or telling others about themselves because they know who they are. But for someone who finds it difficult to be able to explain what kind of person you are, or how to sort of go around answering that, it's difficult. And I think that's why I am the way I am, is being a quiet, withheld person or reserved person. For a long time I've never sort of.
You say I'm quiet and reserved.
You can be, but I think your nature is just I don't know, inviting to others, how to keep a convo going, for example. Whereas me, on the other hand, I'm more quiet because, again, it just comes down to sort of that kind of person who you are, what makes you
Yeah, but
unique.
you can be like proper vanilla when you want, but then when you
No,
want to talk,
yeah, obviously, if I'm around people I know and stuff, it's calm, I am different. But that I think that is a topic for another time, because that goes into sort of how you behave around other people. Whereas
that's
this
true.
is more about
But with me, when I'm nervous, I actually talk more.
yeah.
That's I have that happens a lot, and that kind of comes across as my personality, but really it's kind of like a defense mechanism coming into play.
Yeah, exactly. But there is a lot of people out there who, you know, can't understand why they are the way they are because they don't know how to express who they are or themselves. And
Yeah.
I think not knowing that sometimes may lead into like anxiety or depression because you feel like you don't understand who you are, so how will other people understand you? And then that ties into sort of my next question is like, how do you can other people define who you are as a person?
Um, I'm just me.
Mm,
I'm just. I try to always be the nice guy, the good guy, even to the people who might not, like deserve it. I'll still be that same guy. So,
yeah,
um, I mean, I hope I get that message across, but it'd be interesting to know, like,
how other people
what,
see you.
yeah, because I feel like with me, I wouldn't say you're quiet because
Mm.
I know who you are.
Yeah, that's what sort of ties back to the thing about like who is it that's sort of asking, or who is it that's defining you? If it's someone who does know you well, then yes, they can sort of define who you are to other people, but at the end of the day, um it's down to you how you define who you are to that person. Because if it's someone that doesn't know you well that's trying to define you, then no, they can't sort of say like, oh, this person is like that, because they don't really understand you. But
I'm just a nice guy, but I'm really sarcastic. That's literally, there's nothing more to me. Other, if I didn't have like my like how I speak, and if I
mm,
wasn't sarcastic, I think I'd be like a proper boring person.
no, again, that comes down to your personality. That's how you are. So other people may not be sarcastic and stuff like that, but they have different ways of how they are because of their personality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, but so yeah, my final question is like, how would you embrace who you are?
Huh.
This is some hammer,
You
some
know,
hard question.
you could have told me in advance like what we're gonna be talking about. You're just like dropping deep questions. Wait, come again. Rewind. What's the question?
So it's like, how do you embrace yourself? Like, okay, speak from your own perspective. Like, do you like who you are as a person?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um.
silence says it all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I know, and then no, but then yeah, and then yeah, but then no. Is there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
I
get
feel
it.
like I feel like I like the person I am, but I feel like um there's a lot that I wish I wasn't, but then if I wasn't that, then I wouldn't be.
Who you are now.
Yeah. So I feel
Yeah.
like yeah. So it's
Now, from my sort of understanding, yeah, it's like the best way to embrace yourself is by firstly understanding that you are different, that this is who you are. I saw a quote on Instagram, but it wasn't like at for a like them inspirational pages or whatever. It was like for this like uh makeup website or something like that. I was like, why does a website like this have a quote like that? But anyway, the quote goes, the one thing that you have that nobody else has is you, your mind, your body, and your soul. So I was like, damn, that's pretty deep for a makeup thing. But yeah, so that quote, when I read it, I was like, well, that is like a perfect like way to sort of understanding how to embrace yourself as a person. Like, there is nothing wrong with who you are. It's just other factors have sort of, changed your perspective on it. Like whether it's society, whether it's friendships, other things, they all have an effect on sort of how you see yourself as a person, you know?
yeah. With
But
me, I've always the person I've tried to be, like the people I like to get close to, if
mm,
I see a bit of me in them, that would make me more closer to them. I feel like I'd
mm,
click more with them. Um
yeah,
But
definitely.
then
And
at the same time, it's just like you said. Obviously, you know this as well. Like whether that was sort of high school, sixth form, uni, that kind of stuff. The talking kind of just happens itself, and then
yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah, but yeah, it is easier to sort of connect with people who you can resonate with, like who have been through what you've been through, or can understand your point of view. Those kind of things. It's very easy to grow close to people like that. But there's just a lot of people out there that are in situations where like they can't or they don't know how to, embrace themselves or how to defy themselves because they are sort of stuck in a mindset where they don't allow themselves to do that. And I mean, it doesn't take much to help other people
no, it's true.
in sort of
I feel like
realizing.
with me, like I know this is probably gonna get really deep, but I feel like sometimes I can help other people more than I can help myself.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
if I feel like I can either make that difference, I feel like I'll be doing it for me too then.
Yeah, that's sort of.
So that's a big part of what I am.
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta sort of appreciate that about yourself, and I appreciate other things too. Like, nobody's gonna be 100% perfect, but it's
It's true.
when you sort of understand who you are as a person and know that yes, I have flaws here and there, but you're still trying your best to be who you are, then that's something that no one else can take from you, and that's how you are unique as a person, innit?
No, it's true.
But
But
yeah.
yeah, honestly, wow, like this one like 0 to 100 very quick.
Well, I thought it was just important to get those sort of notes
No,
out there
I
because,
do agree.
yeah,
I don't know about you, but when you're nervous, what do you do when you're nervous?
stutter.
You know what? I stutter, and when I'm nervous, like only a few people can actually tell I'm nervous.
Yeah,
But normally I will never stutter. I stutter when I don't know what to say, or I do know what to say. I just don't know how to say it.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? That kind of feeling can be applied, for people who don't know how to express themselves. They sort of shut down a little bit, I remember being at a job interview and I dreaded so much, the question of tell me about yourself, because for a while I just didn't know how to answer it. But once
I'm
I
fine. Like I'm
once you
fine with how to
practice,
answer that.
yeah, no, it's easy now because it's like, okay, they want to know this, that, that. Like there is a structure to actually what you need to say to that. But
I mean, I hope this helps people. But in interviews, what I do, and it actually helps me quite a lot. But I actually answer a question with a question, so I make them talk more,
Uno
and it helps.
reverse.
Yeah, like it actually helps me because
Oh
if I
man.
like answer their question, but then ask a question, it like you're kind of dodging it. So
Yeah.
try
Well,
that.
I'm gonna
See how
put you
that
on
works.
blast and just said that you know how to blag it though. That's the thing. Like you can just talk to save your life. Like there's nobody
No,
else on
it's
this
true.
planet that can do that. But
Listen,
nah,
it's an advantage. All right, I'm where I am because of that skill.
nah,
Okay.
but nah. On that note though, do you wanna do the honors of ending the video? Because last time
Oh
I
yeah,
kind of just cut you off.
yeah, you did cut me out. You were like, you were just like, yeah, all right. How do you want to do it? And then you just ended.
Nah, but
You
okay,
know,
this
there
you
was
have
just
one
my
shot.
soul in the background talking.
You got one shot to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna end it.
No, that's perfect. But as always, everyone, thank you so much for listening. See you guys next time.
That was good.
You waste, man.